Hello and welcome to Body of Knowledge, where we believe that, I might have to change that, the body helps us access knowledge. But let's keep it for now. The body helps us make knowledge. This is part 2 to the video that I just did. I said I was thinking about having like a theory day and then a poesis day, and then afterwards I was like, all right, I'm gonna take that seriously. And so I just got done doing like a 40-minute movement class, and it's specifically a movement class training ways that we don't normally move. And so it was like 40 minutes of getting used to moving on all 4 limbs. And as I was doing this class, and I was thinking like how hard it is to like, there's like some like arm wave things that he had us doing, but like while on all 4s while crawling, and I was like, this isn't supposed to look like the robot, but that's what I'm doing. And surprisingly, what it unlocked for me, I was thinking like, yeah, there is something about moving the body in different ways, and it happens in dance, it happens in maybe yoga or these kinds of specified patterns of movement, and it happens in music, learning to use your body to make sounds, manipulating the what do I want to say, the limits of what the human body is capable of. And that formed a very surprising connection for me. I was thinking like, yes, when I had already known when I am feeling physically rigid, I'm often also feeling mentally rigid. And something about moving my body in that way, it just helped melt the stress of my inner perfectionism away. And I was like, fluid body equals fluid mind. And then something unlocked a question that I have been grappling with for a couple of weeks, and I thought I was done asking it, and it has to do with Spinoza's conception of mind and body, and how he says that they aren't split because everything is part of one substance, but that they are parallel. And that was one of the axioms that I was having trouble with, like the thought can't influence extension, and how Spinoza might have called something like qigong the mind and body acting in parallel to create knowledge. And I was really struggling to wrap my mind around it, but in this movement practice it clicked for me how these different aspects came into place, and that it wasn't my body working on this question. And actually, if I had gone into this movement practice, it would have been a different question entirely, probably something like, how can I be more productive or something like that. And so I thought that was a really interesting piece that I wanted to talk about, is like my mind was stuck, as I talked about, like this inner perfectionism, the limits of my body, wanting to do more, but more is never reachable. So my mind was stuck, and then moving my body, first it unstuck my mind so I was not so overly focused on those points, but then it unstuck this other thing in my mind, and I didn't have control over what was shaken loose, in this case, parallelism in Spinoza's writing. I don't really know what that means, but I think that's actually an interesting aspect of how does the body help create knowledge, in that maybe I can't always dictate, maybe I can't ever dictate to my body what knowledge it's going to help me access. I'm hesitant to say that because oftentimes somatic work is working in partnership with the body. Can you help me get more information about this specific thing? But in this case, the body opened up something of its own accord, and that opened up the concept in my mind. And I just feel like I understand Spinoza in a much deeper way, not from reading him. Like, obviously from reading him, I had to have that information in my mind, but the understanding didn't come from thinking about it, from mentally meditating on it, from going around and around in circles. It came from, I guess, living the question. If my question was, how is the body parallel to the mind? That might have been this question that I didn't know that I had. It came from working the body. In any case, this is just like a really short update because that feels very important to my phenomenological process, my ethnographic process. This is the kind of thing that when it comes time to write, I think it's going to be hard to explain in alphabetic language something that was so experiential. It feels very expansive, and yet I can feel it almost narrowing by necessity to explain it in a way that is communicable. In any case, yeah, I feel like I think it's coming across in my affect as well. Like, I was pretty in my head, I was pretty closed, and then I did this movement practice. My mind and body were operating in parallel, and I'm feeling so much more energized and just more in flow, more full of vitality now than I was before. And it's because I ignored my inner perfectionist. I ignored all the supposed tos, all of the shoulds, all of the productivity advice, and instead I did what my own scholarly and personal research has been leading me to do, and it worked. And I wanted to share that. Okay, until next time.